Looks good to me. Yo. What's happening? Buenos dias. How was everybody this morning? The Chowderhead crew. Or the anti-Chowderhead crew. I got a new little setup here. Yeah, that may or may not be... Oh, Beyond Trinity. Come on, what are you sleeping for? It's early in the morning. Yeah, well, see, right now I'm using a little something different. My buddy just told me about Streamlabs yesterday, which is, you know, a program. Hang on a second. A program where, you know, you can do all kinds of things. It's kind of like Nightbot, which I got the Nightbot off for now. But as you can see, you know, there's a chat on the left. Because right now, YouTube has not yet started, at least on my streams, they haven't started saving the chats. It keeps saying, you know, this chat is, live chat replay is not available for this stream or this video or something like that. So they may still be working on it. But if you look on the left of the screen, you'll see that the chat is there. Let me see something here. See how it looks when that's... Yeah, I'd like it to be just a touch bigger. And I don't know where they get their colors from, but it seems to be okay. And then what it does is when if anybody subscribes or anybody makes a donation or what's the other one? Subscribes, donation, or super chat. Then a little thing pops up on the right-hand side, a little alert that says so-and-so, you know, made a contribution. And then they do a little dance or whatever. There's a little animated GIF. So this is kind of something that I've been looking for. And it's so far so good. I'd like to see how it comes out, but I've tested it. Last night I stayed up late and tested it. And, you know, it seems to work. You know, I got the bookcase from Tom. He didn't want it, so he gave it to me. And I'm just like, you know what? This is only a portion of the books that I have. And I've sold a lot of my books because I don't have room for them. Well, let's see. There we go. Stephen K. donated... $5. There you go. Now let's see. It should come up on the YouTube screen. I saw it on my... Oh, okay. I saw it on the YouTube screen. Soy Cowboy made the donation. Did it come up already? It's supposed to come up on the top also. For some reason, I don't know if it's up. But the good thing is that I'm on my phone. So if I want to make any changes... You got robbed of the gift. What happened? Testing purposes. Yeah, that one came up. I did see that one. But I didn't see yours. What's the... Oh, maybe you guys did them at the same time or something. I don't know. I mean, it worked every time for me when I did it. So, let me... You know what? I need to log in. Oh, here it is right here. Alert box. The one thing is that at the top... Let me see here. Oh, maybe because that's only... Maybe that's only through Streamlabs? I don't know. Wow. You know, fat chance, buddy. I don't know how to make a refund. I'm sorry. I'll have to learn that. It might take me a couple of months. Yeah, there's a few things that I'm not sure about. You know, like it says donation list. And I don't know if that's donations through Streamlabs or anything like that. Yeah, I saved them. They're in the area that I set aside. At least some of them are already up, and they're in that area that I set aside. You got to log in, and I think if you only donate $1 through Patreon or something like that, I don't think that you get in. All right, now how come this thing better go in? Let me see something here. Just start dancing to pay. There you go. That's my extent of dancing. I have very little energy. Let me see if I can do the test deal here. Now, there's also supposed to be a tip jar, and I don't know why it doesn't show up. But let's try this. Okay, there's the little doodad. Okay, and then let's see here. Test Twitch follows. Okay, so that's. I have a feeling that tip jar is only for Twitch, but let me see something here. Okay. Test subscription. American in Bangkok just subscribe. All right, I need to make that a little bit longer. That doodad there. Jono, what's happening? Let me try this also here. Test donation. Yeah, okay, I did that one. Test subscription. What the hell's going on? There's something I'm missing here. Now, how come it doesn't? See, this pisses me off. It didn't take out from the. It didn't add to that bar. The stream related expenses. It's supposed to add to the bar. How do you do this here? I mean, I sat all night working with this thing, and it seemed to work. But you know, there's certain things that I don't know if they're gonna work. Throw away my, but it keeps coming. Aren't you the comedian? Let me just check this thing real quick. What's the deal here? Test follow, test subscription, test host, and test donation. I already did that. So I did test donation, test subscription. Oh, you're supposed to be able to start the super chat. Huh. Well, that kind of sucks if the one doesn't work. What about getting a bar girl to dance in the background? Well, first, if I want to get a bar girl to come into the background, I'm going to have her come over to my house. And for some reason, I'm not quite sure, but I don't think my wife would really like that very much. She might get a little bit irritated. Yeah, see, this is supposed to have a super chat doodad on here. Let me see. Stream event list. Yeah, what happened? Did they change it from last night? No way. The jar. Let me just check this out. I want to get this. This is all Twitch. Stream labels. What about an animate? How about an animated GIF? I could put an animated GIF up there. I just have to figure out how. I don't know how. Donation ticker. All right, so why is it? Oh, max donations 10. Who said that? Be happy to get 10 donations. But dating women wasn't one of them. Ugh. Where are you getting these lousy jokes from, Jono? See, it doesn't show your PayPal up there. I have a feeling that obviously there's a reason for that. I'm going to have to manually input that. But it's pissing me off. It doesn't show the donation. I wonder if it takes time to show the donation. Sakahorn, how you doing? Oh, integrations. Maybe. No, that's not it. Dashboard. I'm going to have to go through, click on inaccurate data. My donations. Top donors. So how do you add a donation? All right, who put me? What's a donator? Soy dog. Shit. Dog cowboy. $5. Let's see if this works. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it shows up top. All right. Well, that's nice. What did he say before? I'm going for a feed. I'm going for a feed. All right, let's see here. We got who else was it that I got? The New Zealand doodad. Oh, it does. Okay, so it has added. Yeah, I know. I love that. Well, that's kind of why I'm doing this. You know, I mean, as much as I love you guys, I'm also, you know, a fan of earning a little bit of money from my time. But I'm sure most people know that by now. And I make no apologies. But, you know, I wanted to talk about some Chowderheads. And I was thinking about it. And, you know, there are Chowderheads all over. Right now, I'm one of them because I can't figure this shit out, and it's really bugging me. Let me see something here. I'm sorry, but who was it? Stephen K. You were the one who gave me the. How much did you give me? $5 New Zealand. Come on, there we go. Oh, man, this is all right. All right, it should work. Very nice. Oh. Well, actually, the message that you can't see the message, unfortunately. But I put the message in there. It's that the donation was for my big gazungas. So, but let me see here. See, I'm losing it because it was so easy. I saw the super chat last night. And now I can't find it. Test, test, test. Everything is test, but I don't see the super chats. It automatically deducts the 30% at the end in the system, which is kind of cool. But let me see here. See, I already put in goals. Anybody heard of Ava DuVernay? Ava DuVernay, are you out there? If you are, come on down. All right, it's not there. Okay, let's check this out. Well, it's not there. It's not there. It's not going to be there. They took out, you know, it looks like just... I wish it was $1,669, but I think I'd be disappointed. Because I don't think I would get that much from all past... What is the deal here, man? From past experiences. Okay, I got one more here. Test. So this is a test. Test the tips and donations. Your stream labels. Oh, no, it's not going to be it. I wonder if they must have just changed something like this morning. Because I can't find what they... I know that they had a test for Super Chat. And it's not in here now. It's freaking me out, man. It's freaking me out, man. Yep, I don't see it, but, well, let me go to this one here. Nope. 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 That's not it. Account settings. Nope. I wonder what the hell happened. They changed it in like, I mean, I went to sleep at 2:30 in the morning. Nah, 2 o'clock. I went to bed at 2 o'clock. Because I was trying to figure all this stuff out and set it up right and do all that kind of, I wanted it kind of perfect. It's not going to be perfect, though. But, obviously I didn't do a good enough job. It's $669. 1.29% so far. So that's kind of cool. Anyway, so yeah, Ava DuVernay. Anybody heard of her? Because I haven't heard of her until this morning. This morning I did a little quick read and I thought, she is the chowderhead of the day. Now, I don't know if anybody's seen there was a movie, I guess, made or coming out. No, it's already come out, I guess. It's called A Wrinkle in Time. And of course, no, it's not actually, but it works out to about 20,000 baht. So that's kind of why I wanted to, put that. A Wrinkle in Time. Is that Lori in disguise? No. But Oprah Winfrey was in it. Reese Witherspoon. All these frickin', lefty celebrities. Oh, thank you very much there, Richard. Now, did it pop up? I wonder if it only pops up if it goes through Streamlabs. You see? I may have to change it. That kind of sucks. See, if you put it through Streamlabs... Let me see something here. How can I do this? Maybe I can support myself here. If you do it through Streamlabs... Yeah, there we go. Let me try this. No, it still shows up. So maybe it takes a little while to show up. So I'm not gonna make a contribution to myself. Okay, cool, very good. So it does seem to be working. Anyway, getting back to this movie. It's one of these movies that they cast the whole cast. It's kind of like in Star Wars, they have the token Chinese guy, the token black guy, the token white guy, the token this guy, the token that guy. They've got to cover all the... You got to have one person from every race, from every nationality in the movie. And this is one of those movies. And so I guess I had never heard of this movie or the book. Well, how come it didn't go in there towards the... Oh, because I'm going to have to input that manually. I got you. Let's see here. Yeah, so anyway, they got, like all ethnicities. Kind of like in Star Wars, I think was the movie. They do that shit all the time because they want to attract as many people as possible to the movie. So this Wrinkle in Time, I guess, was a very, very good book. And the main character was, the way that they wrote it, apparently, the person was assumed to be a Caucasian. a white person, a white boy, white. I think it was a white girl. But in the movie, they cast a person with a white father and a black mother, or vice versa. I don't know, because I haven't seen the movie. But Oprah Winfrey's in it. Now, what makes this movie... Okay, that in itself does not make it a bad movie or make it... You know, it's kind of fucked up that they feel the need to do that. It's like, listen, if you want to put black people in it, put black people in it. If you want to put white people in it, put white people in it. But don't do it just to attract attention from the masses. You know, like, we want everybody to come. I mean, I guess it's good business smarts, but when it comes down to it, it's a political move. So... Now, the problem with the movie is that the movie is it cost $100 million. It's going to be like $100 million flop because nobody is watching it. They're well below. They're going to only earn between like 30 and 50 million for the weekend. So they're not going to. It's a huge failure. They're going to lose a shitload of money. And they got Oprah Winfrey in it, who, you know, of course she's making. Who knows how much she's making? But you know, she's no dummy when it comes to money. I don't particularly like her and everything she does, but when it comes to money, she's not stupid. You know, she gets paid. So I'm just kind of, you know, here's the thing. You know, you want to make a movie like that, fine, but I mean, look at the way that the Oscars went already. It didn't turn out good. Now you got this chick, Ava DuVernay. Now, I thought to myself, well, maybe Oprah Winfrey financed this thing. No, Disney financed it. Obviously, Disney's in the business of making money, and they have a lot of hits because they cater to kids, and they do the cartoons and all this other stuff. So, you've got this Ava DuVernay, and apparently she said something like, Disney... will be fine whether people like my movie or not. Okay, they may be fine, but they're not going to be fine with her. They're going to be like, we don't want you to direct another film of ours because you're a loser. You've lost tons of cash. And so I took a look at this chick, Ava DuVernay, and oddly enough, she's half black and half white. So she's fairly young. So there it is again out there. She made this movie based in her head. I'm just going to change all the characters and make them however the fuck I want. Wait a minute, are we family friendly? No, we're not family friendly. Today we're not. When we're talking about Chowderheads, we're not family friendly. So fuck it. So this stupid bitch makes a film for Disney, decides to change all the fucking characters, their ethnicities, and she turns out $100 million piece of shit. I think it got 43 on the, what is it, the Rotten Tomatoes. 43. That sucks. Especially if you're a Disney film. And then I took a look at her, you know, and I was like, she's half black, she decided to do this, and then she has the balls to say, oh, Disney will be fine, you know, whether people like my movie or not. No, they won't be. Disney will be like, fuck this bitch, we ain't doing anything with her again. And this is the mentality of these fucking people. This, what do you call them? I don't want to call them liberals. They're like fucking ultra-liberals. Well, I mean, listen, you know, here's the thing. One of my best friends is half black, half white. Great looking guy. I mean, you know, turned out fantastic, you know, great friend. You know, he definitely has had some problems because of his skin color. You know, the thing is that he's extremely intelligent, but he doesn't have this mentality that these social justice warriors, that these progressives, liberals, whatever the fuck you want to call them, idiots. Yeah, wait a minute, let's call them Chowderheads. That's better. that they have. You know, it's like, yeah, I'm speechless. That doesn't happen very often. But anyway, that bitch is the $100 million chowderhead of the day. Okay. Now, getting back to the other kind of chowderhead. Is he bigger than you down there? I don't know. I'm no slouch. So, you know, if he is, good for him. You know, I'm not worried about my size. You see, those who think about, is it big enough? You know, that tells you something. They're already thinking about it. You know, that's all I'm going to say. By the way, oh, Kunba, you know, I did answer your message that you sent, like, I don't know how many weeks ago. About, I don't even remember where the fuck it is now. But I need some specifics, you know. Spoken by a true little dick. Well, it is how you use it, but it's also if it's, you know, if you use it and you have ample girth and length, then, you know, then you're ahead of the game. Now the other thing, you know, I'm just getting ready to. I was just getting ready to go live, and I got my little Thai visa update. And you know, there's this thing going on in the media. You know, they're going nuts over this chick Nat. Now Nat, her name is Nat the porn something or other, and you know, she is a bit of a piece of ass, but. I don't know, you know, if she's a gold digger or she's an idiot or what the deal is. I don't know. I don't know what her deal is. I don't know what kind of person she is. I have no idea. But she's been in this relationship for, I think, 6 years. And I think married for 2. I'm not sure. I don't remember the specifics. But anyway, she's been with this old man. She's been with this old guy who's supposedly filthy rich in the United States. And it just came out today that they didn't even consummate the marriage. So this guy is also a chowderhead, in my opinion. It's only my opinion. I don't want to state it as fact, but in my opinion, dude's got a shitload of cash. And he's shelling it out for this chick who's physically very attractive by most standards. And I don't know, what did he get back? What did he get back from her? Companionship? And apparently he's so busy that he didn't have a chance to get her to... okay. Well, maybe that's why, I don't know. I mean, you know, like, okay, so she was a porn star, and you marry her and you don't know. Oh, okay, Suckerhorn. Thank you very much. You know, what are you going to do? You already married her. You might as well, I mean, might as well have some fun with her. I mean, you know, use a condom if you have to. Get her tested for everything. Whatever. But you might as well have some, you know. Now, there is a song that, man, I really want to use it. But, you know, they will strike it down for, I know they'll give me a copyright violation. And it's by a guy named Jerry Reed. He was the guy in the Smokey and the Bandit movies. I love the dude in all his movies and stuff. And I like some of his music. But he's the guy who sang Eastbound and Down. But he also sang She Got the Gold. What is it? She got the gold mine. I got the shaft. And it's fantastic. Great song. If you listen to the words, it's a fantastic song. So I'm actually thinking about trying to work it out to where I put it into a stream or a video or something like that, where I don't care about the copyright violation. Because now I don't know if you can see, but behind me I got, oh well, yes, you're not gonna see nothing that way. Can't really see. I got some tequila. Got the tequila over there. I just set everything up a little bit. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah, I like Jerry Reed. And he got a great laugh. He does have a great laugh. But this guy, I don't understand it, this guy, Harold. I don't know how old he is. He's probably in his 70s, maybe his 60s. He didn't have enough time to take care of the paperwork to get her... No, I don't have a fleshlight. To get her the paperwork to come to the United States and live there. To get the proper paperwork. Now, I find this extremely troubling. Maybe it was all just a publicity stunt on her part. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe she paid him. Who knows? But I can say that knowing that how I got my wife to get into the United States and get her visa, it was so easy. It was almost, I mean, I was extremely surprised at how easy it was for her to get in. Now, she needed a little help from me online. But you know what? Her little friend... His little friend there, Nat, she could have got somebody to help her to fill everything out, make sure it was okay, told him what she needed, taken care of everything she could on her own, and then got the paperwork from him. He could have just had somebody do it. Boom, she goes to the embassy, and I didn't go with my wife to the embassy. In fact, you don't need to. And she could have went there. Boom, got the visa, went over. But no, she didn't do that. And he didn't do that. So, I don't know. It just sounds a little odd to me. A little strange. But, you know, and she said that all she used to do is spend his money. You know, see, here's the thing. One thing that these chicks don't understand. And here's the other thing. Is that when you go in, let's say you go into a bar. And you score this hot-looking go-go dancer. Dumb as a rock. She's dumb as a rock, and she doesn't learn very quickly. But she's a piece of ass. And oh man, you know, she's 22. You have your fun with her for 20, 25 years, and you're say 7 years older than her, 8 years older than her. And then all of a sudden, you start having some illnesses, and you start having problems working. Now, what is she going to do? You can't go to work anymore. Hopefully you have enough money saved where she doesn't have to do anything. But what is she going to do? She's going to go out, go back into a bar and suck dick? I mean, she's already, what now? 25, she should be 47. So, you know, that's why, to me, it's like, okay, well, you know, all right, so what's this chick going to do now? Is she raking in that much cash to where, you know, I mean, like, what are these guys thinking? I mean, I'm sure, whether it's her or anybody else, I mean, you know, it's, you know, some chick who's a Playboy bunny who's been staying at Hef's mansion and all this kind of stuff. They're not that filthy rich. They're not that rich. They're not A-level celebrity rich. You know, they're like D-level celebrities. How rich can they be? Can they be rich enough to last their whole life and live the way that most of them want to live? Like I can only assume this chick wants to live? I don't get it, man. I just don't understand it. So what? So why do you go and get a woman like that? You know? What are her skills? Let's see. On my resume, I'm going to put, well, you know, I've never had a real job. Never had a job in the mainstream. Okay. I give great head. I still have a tight snapper. I know many. I know all the positions of the Kama Sutra that are shown in the Kama Sutra. So hire me. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense, man. These fucking guys, you know. Anyway. So, you know, that brings me to another question. Yeah, you're hired. You're hired. And then the thing is once the little snapper starts getting a little droopy, the tits start just tipping downwards, a little heading south a little bit. What do? You go and get her some silicone? No, listen, I've had to hire people before. And I've been in the position where I had, you know, well, actually, I'll never forget, I had this guy come in. He used to be a member of the group, the Grassroots. Now, I don't know, is that Sooner or Later? What did they used to play? Let me see here. I think that was the Raspberries. I don't know. Let me see here. All right, let me see the song. Come on, where's the songs at? Don't they have the little... Jesus Christ, they got a lot of... Well, I don't even know. Temptation, Sooner or Later. Yeah, okay. Sooner or later, love is gonna get you. Love is gonna win. Yeah. Okay, so he he had been a member of the Grassroots at one time, which now I'm looking, and there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. It just says Terry, guitar, 1972. 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 46, 48, 50, 52, 53. Okay. 53 former members of their band. And there's 4 people in the band now. Let me see something here. None of them are the original members. So the band is completely changed. It's completely different. They just kept the name. Okay, so all the guys, I guess... Oh, no. Well, it says here there's one guy, but is he still in there? No. I guess he died or something. Oh, no, this is the timeline between 75. They don't even have the... There's too many freaking people that played for them to have the little chart that shows where everybody's been. They just showed the main era. But, you know, they've been around for 52 years. Now, so that gives you an idea. Now, this guy wanted to be a typesetter. And he came in, you know, and he's like, hey, I used to be in, I used to be in the Grassroots, you know? And I was like, yeah, man, I know that group. And then, you know, he didn't have the credentials. You know, he'd only had like a year of experience or something like that. And the place where I worked was like a really fast-paced place where, you know, you had to bang out the work really quick and you just had to get it done. And then what happened was some hot chick came in. And I was like, oh, I'd like to work with her. I was like, I'd really like to work with this chick. But she was another one who didn't really have the credentials. And then some old lady came in. Well, I looked at her as an old lady at the time. She's probably around 40. And I ended up hiring her because she was the best candidate for the job. And, you know, believe me, I wanted to hire the chick. I didn't want to hire the guy from the Grassroots because I thought, oh, how the mighty have fallen. You know, I mean, Jesus Christ, you're with a big band. You would think that he'd be able to keep on going, at least in the music industry, where he'd play as like a sessions player or something. But, okay, so let me see here. Yeah. Okay, so this is the deal. The guy that had been with them for the longest, Stop, Beyond Trinity. You're like a fucking troll. You and Jono are with your bad jokes are like trolls, man. Okay, so this guy Robert Grill, he died at 67, and he picked out the members who he thought would be best to the new members. He picked them all out to see who the new who would be best for his band. For the band. Yeah, see, he played in Magic Mountain. Jesus Christ, the Magic Mountain Newport Pop Festival, Magic Mountain Music Festival. I got to call Chowderhead on him, too. Now, as far as the old lady being good on the desk, I don't know. She didn't last very long. You know, one day it was... no. I thought it was a big deal once because I was 20 and I banged a 29-year-old. And she blew me. And she was married. But I thought that was a big deal. I thought that was a huge gap. You know, I thought that was a big deal. Can you hear the rain? Raining quite a bit. Now, before I go any further, obviously I've got my little doodad here. Oh, okay, so those were super chats. So those did show up. We don't judge. It's not leaking right now. There's... Shit, I'll have to move the bed open if it does. Move it over. That one spot is the only spot. And you know what? When I was setting up my office, I'm like, you know what? This leaking roof is a pain in the ass because what I want to do is the bed is this way. I want to turn it this way. But if I turn it this way, it's going to be right under the right corner will be under where it drips a little bit of water. So I got to get the lady to fix it. But now that it's starting to rain, I think I'm going to have to have a little chat with her. Let me see here. I can add this in here. 90.99. Okay. Is it going to work? I do like this thing, but I got to get it all set up here. Add a donation. There we go. Never met him. I haven't met very many of the, I don't know, I think I met Rob. Who else? I think that's it. I can't think anybody else I've met. I only shoot RAW. Yes. And asking me which camera I shoot with is a stretch because I'm always changing cameras. I got Minoltas, Nikons. I like the new that Nikon F2 that Jono gifted me. He, for some reason, didn't really like it, but I love it. It's very forgiving with the lighting because I'm not that good when it comes to figuring out the, you know, what settings. But I've managed to do it, you know, in my head, and the Sunny 16 rule, and the shots have come out pretty good. So I like that camera. I've been using that a lot. I have an old Fuji XE1 that I like. But I'm going to upgrade at some point and get something like a Nikon, what is it, the D850. A 3400. Yeah. I mean, you know, that's a prosumer. You know, it's a beginner's camera, really. You can get good shots out of it, but, you know, if you really need to do some high-end stuff or whatever, then it's a little limiting. And I like film because of that reason. Because you can get a lot, you can do a lot with a film camera that, I don't know, you know, I mean, it all, in the end, you get a photo, and as long as somebody likes the photo, that's all that counts. Doesn't really matter, you know, the whole digital versus film, but I do like film. So, there was another question I was going to ask. Look at this. That's from my desk when I put the sticky down. Well, the big deal is basically the size, the weight. Yeah, spend more money on glass, but, you know, there comes a point where, you know, like for me, I want a full-frame camera. If I'm going to get a digital camera, I want a full-frame camera. I'm not going to buy another digital camera until I have the money for a full-frame camera. I'm just not going to do it because I know that right now, that's kind of what I need. I need something that I really don't want to have to buy another camera again. I don't want to have to upgrade and go, well, shit, this thing doesn't do enough for me now. And I'm already at that point now with the Fuji. It doesn't really do enough for me. The thing with the film cameras is that in low light, especially on that f2, you're limited to what you can do. So then the Fuji is not real good in low light. Mirrorless cameras generally are not all that good in low light. Not all of them, but most of them. So that's the only reason that I really want another digital camera. As far as film cameras go, I would love to have a Leica M6. You God, Scott, I like your... Good. I'm not God. You're good. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, you know. Well, thank you, Kevin. Yeah, you know, that like, you know, this is the thing. When you, by the time you start adding up all the stuff that you're carrying around, it doesn't matter if it's a fucking mirrorless camera or, I mean, you know, whatever it is. Unless it's a little compact camera, you generally you're going to be carrying a lot of weight because the better the glass, the better the photograph. But that's why I mean, I have on the Nikon F2, I mean, I've got the 200 millimeter, I've got a 50 millimeter, I've got I think I got a, what's that one? I don't know what it is. It's yeah, man. I mean, it is because it really. Last time I used my GoPro was in Sangkhlaburi. I do like that GoPro, but you need to use them. You need to understand that if you buy a GoPro, they are. I wouldn't sell them on eBay or Etsy. No. I think you have to be careful about where you sell them. eBay, you're not going to get shit for them. You know, I mean, why sell them if you're not going to get that much money? You know. Yeah, you know, soy dog cowboy. You know, the thing is that if you use them in the right way, then they're a great tool. You know, you put it on your motorbike, you put it on a boat when you're going out on the lake. You do stuff like that. They're fantastic. They're great. They're good for action. But you know, if you expect to like get a great photograph from it, and you know, as good as like a DSLR or even a film, an SLR, 99% of the time it's not going to happen. And if you really want to shoot video, why not just get a video camera? I wish I would have thought of that, years ago. I would have bought a video camera. Hey, Shadow Doom, what's happening? Yeah, I would have bought a video camera. And I still may. So, there's a few things that I may get. I mean, I really like this Ricoh GR. It's a little compact camera, but it's mainly for street photography or just like to carry around. It's like an everyday camera. But you're limited to what you can do with it as far as travel shots and landscape. You can't do stuff like that. Put in front of toilet when you're passing Rambo. Oh, God. No, thank you. Oh, that's so fucking disgusting, man. Yeah. I don't know, I mean, I think, honestly, when it comes to the prints, I mean, like, I used to sell a lot of prints when I was selling editorial work. And that's, I mean, I made a nice chunk of change from that. But if you're just... yeah, I mean, I can... The good thing is that I have the... Where's it at? Shit. I don't know where it is. It's around here somewhere. The gimbal, my gimbal, oops. My gimbal is below near on the shelf on the floor. It's not on the floor, on the shelf. But but I did buy the GoPro adapter so that you could use the gimbal with the GoPro. And I've used it before, and it is good. However, it's limiting. Yeah, I mean, now, and what I was going to say is now it's like I'm not going to sell anything for dirt cheap, and I'm not going to sell anything editorial-wise for dirt cheap. And I mean, I was selling stuff as a few months ago. I've sold a few shots to. I sold one to a newspaper in the UK and another to some magazine. And the problem though with it is that they're not paying as much. So where I used to make $100 or $150 or $250 on an editorial shot, now maybe I make $20 if I'm lucky, or I make $7 sometimes. And then maybe something else will sell for $50. If I'm really, I mean, it just depends on where it is and what they're doing with it. But, so, if I'm going to sell a print, man, I don't want to sell it to people for, well, I'm only going to sell it for $100 for a, 30 by 40 or something like that, 30 by 45 or something. Fuck that. I'd rather just keep it. But a limited edition, that's a different story. You make it a limited edition, and then you can crack the price up. I don't remember. I mean, I think I remember looking at some of your photos on your Instagram, but I don't really remember them, to be honest. I don't know if that's a bad thing, but yeah, you got to be careful. Good luck with that, man. Good luck with that. There's a, that's a huge outlay for, I mean, what kind of photos are you printing out? How big? Because the way to make the money is to print big photos. You sell little 6x6s, and, if you get $75, you're lucky. Most people won't pay that unless they're somebody like, they're looking to decorate their house, or you sell it to decorators or something. But, that's the other thing is, who's your market and how big are your photos going to be? So... Now, what time is it? 9:55. So it's 9:55. We got 35 minutes left on this new, shorter, give me a little more time to relax schedule. Yeah, you can blow them up, but you're not going to blow them up that big, man. You know? I mean, if you're probably not going to be able to get a really high quality 40 by 60 or something like that. I'm talking about, you know, photos that you can sell them for $1,700 or something like that. That's the kind of money, you know, really you need to look. I would look at a woman. Her name is. Let me write it. Let me just put it in here for you. I'll put the link in, and it'll give you an idea. That's her name. She's very, very well known, and you'll see exactly what she's selling her stuff for. She's got a price list in there. You might have to dig around a little bit, but she's extremely well known by the wildlife community, and she does fantastic work. But I mean, she lives out with her husband, who's he makes documentaries, and she lives out. I think it's in Botswana or somewhere like that, and she lives like she's out every single day shooting, and I'm sure that they probably could. They can probably stop working at some point. You know, they probably are smart about it because they're living out. They're living in a treehouse. You know. So, I mean, you know, I have a lot of sports stuff that I've never shown. I've never shown it on YouTube, or I've only shown a little bit of it or something like that, and I haven't tried to sell it in many years. And I just, you know, I mean, I have. Well, let me see. Oh yeah, I forgot the L in that link. So, well, actually, what happened? Oh, there we go. Yeah, if you click on, let me think here. Let's see here. Yeah, but I think don't you just need 1,000? Isn't that what it is? It's 1,000 subscribers, but you need a certain amount of views, I think. Let me see if I can do this here. Well, I mean, you know, of course she's going to have a big lens. Okay, so let me give you an idea here. Now, if you look at that right there, it's got the a photo of a rhino. Now, I don't know how the hell she's done this with this. She's got a script or something where the picture goes in a frame, and you can see it in the frame, which is awesome. I don't know exactly how she did that. She had somebody do that, build the website to be able to do that, and I only know one other place that you can do that with. Well, I'll subscribe to your channel. I mean, I don't have a problem doing that. Now you need 15 more. Well, you were 16. Actually, it was 984. Now you're 985. So you got back to where you thought you were. But if you look here, you know, like if you do a canvas print, which is If you were to do a print that's shit, man, it's something like 40, 50 by say 60. No, 50 by 75. Okay, it's a $2,650 print, and it's done on canvas. And that's for somebody who has a nice house and they want to put something up that they're proud of, and that people, it's a focus piece, It's the focus of the room or whatever. And she's got all kinds of stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff people want to put up. They want to put up big stuff. I mean, the little 6x6 and say, what's the, another good size, like a 20, well, not really 20 by 30, but say 20 by 24 or something like that. Yeah, people will put them up, but, they'll put up, they want to buy like a set. So you got to have a set. I'm not saying it can't be done, but I'm just saying that it's not easy, man. Every photographer and their mother wants to make money from their work. And I've seen, the amount I make from my photographs from in the past and to now is, I mean, it's like, I probably make like 2% of what I made before, But then one sale bumps that way up, so, I mean, one or two good sales. She's very, very good, actually, though. I like her. And her husband is the guy who made that documentary. It's called The Last Lions. They got to get their shit together in Africa, man. They really do. And I'm not talking about the nude pygmies. They don't need to get their shit together. The pygmies can remain naked. And that's okay. Now, let me see something here. What the hell? I subscribed, and it went up to $9.85. Now it's back down to $9.84. I mean, I do it because I like it also, but, the thing with photography is the people that generally make money from it are the people who they understand that they have to, if they're going to make money, they really need to work hard at the business aspect of it. And what I've found is that there's a lot of times that the people who really make it, they take jobs or they take photography gigs that they don't want to do because it gets them into the right people or the right circle or whatever, and then they can do the stuff that they like to do as opposed to say what they have to do. I'm looking at it right now. It says $9.84. Now it says $9.89 when you click on his channel. So you got like 5. No, you just gained like 5 subscribers. So I guess my channel's good for something once in a while. Anyway, let's get back on track here. What I want to know is, because, this guy Harold, who fell in love with this porn star, well, I guess the first question is, I'd like to know people's thoughts on would they marry a porn star? Like, Tito Ortiz, who, I'm not going to say anything derogatory about him, but he's not one of my favorite fighters. But he did hook up with Jenna Jameson, and I wonder, how does he get around the fact that everywhere he goes, there's guys. I mean, I don't know. Does it matter to him? You know what I mean? Does it matter to him that she's been splooged on and in by, I guess, who knows how many peckers? does it matter to him that everywhere he goes, the guys are looking at him going, I jerked off to her, or I screwed her, or something like that, you know? But I'm more wondering, you know, like about the bar girls, like, you know, how many guys out there, well, I mean, I would think that at least some of them would have extremely good skills. I mean, you know, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Yeah, Jenna McCarthy married Donnie Wahlberg, and to me, she's a bit of a basket case. I could be wrong. You know. You know what? Let me see if I can fix this. Let me see something here. I want to fix this little. I want to fix the chat. All right, now it should go down. Let's see here. It goes off for a second, and it should come up, and because there's a lag, it should come up. Her son got autism. All right, so it looks like, yeah, it looks like what happened was it starts all over again from the bottom. That kind of sucks. Oh, hello. Yeah, so that, you know, like, yeah, she's got to be rich. The chick's got to be rich. If she's a porn star and she's rich, and you don't have much money, you'll marry her. You'll overlook the fact that she's been splooged on and had, well, yeah, that she's had lots of sex with other men. See, I don't know. I mean, it was funny because it's funny. I saw this episode of The Sopranos the other day where Tony goes to the horse stalls that this guy Hash owns. His buddy Hash, the Jew. That's what they call him. And they're in the horse stalls, and Ralph Cifaretto walks up, and he's got this chick. What was her name? Valentina. She walks up, and they're talking, and so you know, Ralph Cifaretto's, that's his girl or whatever. He ends up, she's not happy because he doesn't bang her, and he's weird about sex or whatever, so she bangs Tony. And he tries to tell her, hey, honey, you know, listen, you know, it's nice and everything, but I don't see us having a full-on commitment. And I can't be with you anymore. And so he says to her, you know, I just can't be with you. And she says, well, you know, why not? I know you're married. Why can't? What, you know, what's the deal? And he says, I can't be there. I can't really be with you because I don't want to go where Ralph has gone. You know, Ralph Cifaretto. I don't want to be there where he's been. And she smacks him in the face. And it's kind of the same thing. I mean, I understand what Beyond Trinity is saying. Now, embarrassed? I don't know, because at the end of the day, it's like, listen, chicks, they don't all, you know, chicks get banged by all kinds of different guys. At the end of the day, you know, whatever their feelings are, that's what their feelings are. You may look great to them. You may look okay to them. They're perfectly fine with you. They love you for this reason. How the hell do we know? Half the time, most men don't know why their women love them. You know, most men don't go, she loves me because I've got a huge cock. You know, I mean, I don't necessarily think that's an issue. But you know, so in other words, as long as you get them off and you like having sex with her, I guess it would be okay. But for me, I would kind of more think like, you know, she slept with so many freaking people. Why would I be the guy? What's so special about me? Is it my big schwanza? Is it my ability to make her, you know, squirt all over my face? What is it? What makes me so different? Why doesn't she just pick any other of the 3,000 guys? You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, maybe I would do it, you know, well, I guess not maybe. I would, you know, I'd sleep with a porn star. But, would I marry her? I don't think so. Would you sleep with a friend's ex? No. That's a no-go. And also, it's funny, because again, talking about The Sopranos, on The Sopranos, there was a chick, Irina, the Russian, that Tony was banging, and she was very cute, very sexy, and Tony dumped her. And then, you know, she was always begging him to come back. And so he knew this councilman. What the hell was the guy's name? I can't remember. Anyway, the guy was a councilman, and, you know, he was dirty. He would do all kinds of things for Tony, and Tony would make sure he got paid and that kind of stuff. So he was on the payroll. Well, you know, they were in the spa one day, and the councilman comes to him and goes, Tony, you know, I think I should tell you before you hear it. I think you should know that, you know, I saw Irina at some function. I got her phone number. She needed some help from me, and then one thing led to another, and, you know, we ended up together. I guess the heart wants what the heart wants. And Tony said, and I guess the dick wants what the dick wants. He's like, no problem, no problem. Whatever. But then Tony started getting pissed off. He started thinking about it. And so he made a trip to the councilman's house. And, of course, the girl was there. And she's like, what are you doing here? You know, what's going on? And she's all happy to see him. And he's like, I need to see, you know, your boyfriend. So he goes up there and takes his belt off and proceeds to beat the shit out of him with the belt. He gives him a beating. And he's like, of all the girls that you had to sleep with in New Jersey, you had to sleep with this one. You know. Hey, what's going on? What's going on there, Joe? Yeah, long time no see. So as far as, you know, being with somebody who's an ex, I think that's definitely a no-go. You just don't do it. You know, I mean, come on. You can't control it that much. I mean, you know, it's like, well, what are you going to do? Hey, I'm going to call you my buddy, but I'm going to screw your ex-wife? I don't think that's a good precedent to set. As far as the women in the sex industry having issues with relationships, yeah, I believe that. I don't know if all of them would wander that easily, but I do think that they probably have a lot of issues. Just like chicks that work in a go-go bar, chicks that work in beer bars. I'm not talking about a chick who's been there for a day. I'm talking about chicks that have put in a little bit of time oh, God. Well, you know, and you know, that's another thing. Then there's the other thing that, you know, like being compared to other guys. But I would say that I told this story a little while ago. Yeah, well, you know what? I mean, I wouldn't call myself, you know, I don't have a 14-inch or anything by any means. But, you know, yeah, it's funny when a chick goes, oh, my God, you've got such a big dick. And I'm like, honey, you don't really know what a big dick is, do you? A big dick is like that long. That's a big dick. Um, but yeah, they, you know, a lot of them, they have issues. And chicks, if you know anything about chicks in go-go bars and in beer bars and stuff like that, and you know that there's a reason why relationships don't work out with them. First of all, there's the financial aspect of it, and a lot of guys don't seem to understand that the financial aspect is everything to a lot of people working in that industry. You know, I mean, that's why they're there. And the other thing is that some of them come from, you know, poor families, and they feel obligated to take care of their families, and they just can't get past the whole feeling guilty that they haven't been a good daughter or whatever. And so they're going to do whatever it takes. And then you got guy after guy after guy falling for them, saying, hey, I'm going to take care of you. I'll send you this much money. And they're waiting there going, oh, God, I get to get out of this industry. I hate this business. I don't want to be this kind of a girl. And then the guy doesn't come through for them. And so they start thinking to themselves, guys are full of shit. I can't tell you how many times I've heard that. You know, guys come from the U.S. or wherever, from Europe or wherever it might be. They come over, they go into the bars, and it could be the same with the porn chicks. You know, a guy tells them, hey, listen, honey, I understand you've been doing this. You need the money. I'm not going to judge you, and everything will be okay. And then the girl's like, oh, my God, he's my savior. But, you know, a guy can't be the savior just like a woman can't be the savior. Now, Dennis, you still awake? You know, I know that there's people out there, and I've had some friends like this who, you know, they fell on hard times, or they were just out and out losers. And, you know, they meet some chick that they would meet a chick they barely knew, or they hadn't even met him. And something would happen, something would trigger the girl, whether it's, you know, it had nothing to do with the guy or not. And the guy would get left, and he's going, I don't have the girl now. And because he's a fucking loser, the girl dissing him or breaking up with him or not wanting to, you know, see the guy anymore, that causes the guy to feel even worse about himself. So now I think that's where a lot of the stuff like, you know, the hatred for women comes from. You know, granted, some women, they don't deserve to be loved. But that goes both ways. But, you know, when you get burned like that, like, well, that's not really being burned, but when you get burned, as a guy, you kind of understand. So imagine a woman who she's if you try to put it's not easy for me, but I mean, I could try to think about it. If you try to put yourself in a position of some chick working in a you know, in the G spot, you know, or Mandarin or some, you know, go-go bar, and, you know, the Dollhouse, whatever it is, you got some chick working there. You know, she has a piss poor education. She has piss poor education. She doesn't know what she's going to do with her life. She has no future. And she's got big titties. And she's a good looking girl. She has nice skin. And she's brown. And people have told her, hey, you know, foreigners are going to like you. They got big money. They're walking ATM machines. So some guy comes into the village, takes him out to the, you know, takes him to Pattaya or to Bangkok, throws him in a bar, and they're thinking, oh shit, I don't know what I'm going to do. And they're like, oh my God, I can't fuck this guy. This is not, I'm not supposed to do this. But then they're like, you know what? I got to do it to make money. So fuck it, I'll do it. And then the guy comes and says, oh my God, you're the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful, honey. You know, can I see you again? Yes. Then the guy, 5 days later, the guy's got to go back to his country. Honey, here's 20,000 baht. Oh, wow, thank you. So she goes and sends home 20 grand to the mother and father. They're happy. She's like, oh my God, he's my savior. He's the man of my dreams. He's my knight in white shining armor. Wait, he's my white knight in shining armor. Yeah, it was run by Russians. And so, the guy is like, hey, honey, I'll send you 50,000 a month. Oh my God. But you have to stop working. And so he makes a couple of payments. She thinks life is good. Something happens at his job. Something changes. He meets a chick back in the U.S. or wherever, Canada, wherever it may be. And then he stops. He doesn't have the balls to call her up and say, "Hey, honey, I met this chick, here because I got horny and I went out and I met this girl. She was really nice. A couple dates later, I screwed her, and then it was so good that I decided, hey, fuck it, let me give it a chance. And then, of course, he doesn't have the balls to call up this Thai chick all the way over in Thailand or go online and say, sorry, sweetie, it's over. I killed your dream. And then she's fucking bitter. She's like, this fucking guy, Oh, God. Are you kidding me, Bill? It's a fucking two-way street, my friend. It's a two-way street. Guys who are idiots are preyed upon. And I'm talking about in the purest sense. I'm not talking about some girl who sets about and plots a long-term score and does everything right and who seems like the doting wife or anything like that. I'm talking about the guys who go into bars and after, a week in the bar, they've gone back to the same bar, pulled the same girl every night. They're paying her bar fine. Then they're like, oh my God, I'll tell you what, I'll pay your bar fine for the rest of the month. So you don't have to go to work, honey, because I want to take care of you. And then they promise a certain amount of money. They start giving them the money. And then one day they just stop paying. And then the girl is like, motherfucker, you didn't even have the balls to, to call me up and say, I can't keep paying you. I'll give you one more month and that's it. And as far as them being predators, well, some of them, yeah, for sure they are. But it goes to being, look at men. They go into a fucking go-go bar. What do you expect? It's a whorehouse. I'm a little bit surprised, Bill, because if a chowderhead if a man goes into a go-go bar and he remembers, hey, listen, they're going to provide me what's known as the girlfriend experience if they are a good whore. The idea is to milk as much money from him as possible and do as little as possible. Now, she may end up going, hey, you know what? I like this guy, or he's good looking, or he's good looking, or whatever, and I like fucking him. Maybe he's got a good cock and a nice cock, and she likes him. She sees his cock and goes, oh my God, it's the most lovely cock I've ever seen. And why would the guy go in with the thought that he can get into a relationship? I mean, would you go into a dirty old brothel in a village in Africa and fall in love with some chick that, gave you head? You know what I mean? When you really break it down, most guys wouldn't. But there are plenty of guys out there who are so fucking desperate that they will. And I think that that's where all that comes from. here, I mean, this is the thing. It's the girlfriend experience. That's why the whores in Thailand, excuse me, tend to be better than some of the girls in the West, because the girls in the West, you know, they're like, okay, listen, it's all business. They don't want to give you the girl. I'm not saying all of them, but you know, there is a huge difference, and it's because of that girlfriend experience. You know, and then some of them are very nice. I mean, you know, like I had said the other day, where sometimes I would take a couple of hoes out. Some of them do go through a lot of emotional pain. It doesn't mean that they are looking for someone to make their life better. So when a guy comes in and he may not mean to lie, he may not mean to put her in the position that he puts her in as far as emotionally, but if the guy makes a promise to her and says, oh honey, I'll take care of you, I'm going to send money to you every month, and he talks to her for a couple of months, and then maybe he meets somebody else. Maybe he decides, fuck, I can't afford to pay her what she wants. Maybe he says, I'm going to pay you less money now. And she can't handle it because she's got bills to pay. And then what happens is then they get this feeling like, hey, this guy these fucking guys, they come here, they fall in love with me in a day or two, which Thai men don't usually do that. You know. Well, I mean, you know, shit happens. I don't know what to say. You know, I'm not talking about if you go in and you say, hey, let me send you a little cash, but I ain't promising shit. I'm talking about you say, I'm going to make your life better, I'm going to take care of you, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and then you just say, fuck it, you know what? Of course it leaves a little bit of a, you know, it stings them. You think they don't care, but they do, because they're like, fuck. You think a lot of them, you know, most of them, they don't go into that profession saying, oh, they're not, when I grow up, I want to be a whore. I'm going to be a good one, and I'm going to make me some good money. You know. Oh, fuck. Sometimes, Thai women are much less emotional than, say, Western women in day-to-day situations. Now, they may get a little bit whacked out sometimes. But, you know, when it comes to guys, you know, they're like, never mind. I still sexy. I go find new man. I go find man take care of me. You know, they got that mentality, you know. A whore does. A good Thai chick, that's even more fucked if you do that to them. Because, they, you know, they may be thinking, they may not be thinking that you are their savior. But they may be thinking, you know, hey, listen, I'm going to have this life and it's going to be much different. You know. So. Yeah, exactly. They fucking know. And that's the thing. So if you, that's the reason why if you find a good chick, I mean, you know, like, you don't have to kiss her ass by any means. But you got to be decent. You know what I mean? Like, what do you expect? You know, I don't care where you are. You're in the U.S., you're in Thailand. You find some decent chick, and she's decent looking. You like her. You know, you care a little bit about her, and you're fucking her, and, you know, you like that too. And then, but you know what? Shit, I'm going to go to the go-go bars and go fucking different chicks every night, and she won't know. I'll just see her once in a while on the weekends. Most of the time, you know, that will last for a while, but then, you know, a good chick will get pissed off at some point, and they'll go, fuck this. If he wants to do that, I'm going to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? They'll try to get over you just like you try to get over them. You know. So. I think it's much easier if you just go. This is the thing. I'm not. What I was going to say. One other question I was going to say is, if you knew your chick was working in a bar, maybe you didn't meet her in the bar, but you knew that she worked as a go-go dancer and she sucked cock and she fucked, she took it in the ass or whatever, are you still going to want to marry her? Are you still going to want to make her your girlfriend? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, that's a thing also, is that, and people don't talk about it much, but, you know, like, what they don't understand is that for some of these girls, you know, they're like thinking to themselves, hey, I've got this guy, fuck, finally, my life is going to change, my luck is changing, I'm not going to be so fucking poor. Most of them, they don't have to worry about eating and you know, day-to-day expenses like that. Some of them, it's very tight, but they're not going to starve, is my point. But they want a better life, just like, you know, everybody else with a little bit of ambition. And so when a guy says to them, honey, I love you, and he looks him in the eye, you know, he just blew his load in her, oh, God, oh, baby, I love you, oh, yes, oh, you're so wonderful, I've never met anybody like you, oh, Thai lady's so good, oh. And then, you know, a month later, she catches you, you know, you smell like pussy because you just had sex with some chick that worked in the same go-go as her, you know. Oh, God. Beyond Trinity, that's... Where the fuck did you come up with that one, man? Yeah, but, and you know, what I was going to say is a lot of people don't talk about it, but it's the drugs and alcohol. And the drugs, it's mainly yaba and weed. Maybe some ecstasy. But, you know, you go in there and you don't know you don't know what's happened to her in her life. And you haven't taken the time to fucking find out. You know what I mean? You go into, let's say a guy goes into a bar, he finds some chick, oh, she's hot, man. He takes her, he likes her a little bit, he has sex with her, he's like, damn, that was good, man. She's a sweetheart, and oh, man, you know, that pussy was good. And then maybe he goes in a couple nights and he goes with some other girls and guys, they just don't live up to her. She's fantastic, man. I'm going to go see her. So I assume you're alive and well. But he goes, hey, you know what? I remember that one. I'm going to go back and see her. So he goes with her again, and he finds something out, a little tidbit of information about her that makes him go, oh, she's so sweet. Oh, I feel bad for her. And then any guy with a bit of compassion generally will go, oh, well, you know, I'd like to spend a little more time with her. She's so sweet. Oh, honey, don't be like that. You know I like you. And then before you know it, they spend, you know, his last 2 weeks together. And they're screwing, you know, like rabbits. And it's like, honey, you want to go to the airport with me because I'm going to miss you. And she's crying. And dude is like, this is the best girl I've ever had in my life. I gotta leave her. Honey, don't you go back in that bar. That's a bad place. I don't want you getting fucked by all those sex tourists. Don't do that. That was me, baby. And, you know, so then he goes home. She goes back and she's like, well, he left me with money. Okay. Paitio, woo, let's go shopping. And mama, she need money. Okay, I send money to her. I go to the bank. She's so busy for the next couple of days. And then all of a sudden, oh shit, my money's gone. I don't have any more fucking money. So she's like, darling, oh, you know, you give me 20,000, but I need 10,000 more because I know money, mama. I give money to mama, and I don't know what to do. Well, thank you. If you know any gigs for that, let me know. You get me a gig. And I don't mean gig in a Thai sense. And the guy's like, well, you know, I like her. I don't want her to go back in the bar. So he gives her the money. And then it's, you know, she's out of money in another week, but she's like, oh, I'm not going to call him again. Or maybe she does. But at the end of the month, boom, like clockwork, he gives her the money. But then, I mean, you know, you're that guy, so, you know, it's kind of like, but when you think about it, first of all, the chance that a long-term relationship, and I'm talking about, you know, you're halfway around the world, is going to work is slim because of the distance. And then you add in the culture and the fact that maybe, you know, she talk like this. I love you so much, honey. I don't know how to say what you can say to me. What I can say. What can I do? Oh, I know money. I don't understand you. Why you angry me? You know, that kind of shit. And the guy is like going, but I love her. I love her. This is what love is. Love is me giving 1,000%, and I will show her she is the love of my life. In the meantime, she goes down to the local market, and Somchai, the guy that she was in love with when she was a little girl, is like, so your Farang left you, huh? Well, now I've got my own farm, and I've got this, and I've got a big cock. So you're missing out, baby. She's like, Somchai, he's here. And maybe she goes and fucks him. And then boom, it's over for you. She's playing games with you. Or it could be that she goes back in the bar. How many times have women said, you know, bar girls said, I mean, listen, I can tell stories about times when I can tell story after story about how I was with a chick at the time, literally in her, and the phone rang. You know, I've said this before. The phone would ring, and it'd be, no speak. And it would be her boyfriend. You know, and it's, yes, honey, yeah, no, I no working bar, no, I no work anymore. I tell you, I love you. When you send money to me, you know. Well, yeah, there are those too. That's pretty fucking hardcore, man. But I've known a few that were like, what can I do? I don't know. Because man from Germany, he come 1-1, he come then number 1, and he come 9 o'clock in the morning, and then I have man from Denmark, he come number 1, he come 11:30 in the morning. I don't know, what can I do? Oh. You know, so it's better that you, yeah, I mean, you know, it's, you know, there's a reason why, for the phrase money number 1. And I, as much as I have changed my feelings about money, from how I used to be, which was, I don't give a shit about money. You know, money's not all that important. You know, to when I came to Thailand, I was like, wait a minute, you know what, money is important. Money's very important. And now, you know, yes, it's important, and you need it to be able to do certain things. But, like, when you have enough, then everything else is just gravy. So as long as your needs are met, which brings me to another subject that I'm going to talk about shortly, which is the budget here, because I got shit from some guy the other day about the budget. Well, actually, you see the stream-related expenses down there on the bottom? One thing that I have figured out is I need, like, 2... actually, we need in our family, we need 3 monitors right now. I need 2 for my desk right here. so that I have my PC and I can use that to stream on one. I can look at the stream on one monitor, and then I just have the chat, or I can do other stuff on the other monitor. And then the other monitor basically is the TV for the house, because my wife has a monitor, but it's like 18 inches. It sucks, you know. So that's what that's down there for, so that I can get my spread monitor or monitor. There's some things I want to do, which brings me to the next topic that I'll just segue into here real quick, which is if you look below in the description, I have the link to my Twitch streams, and they're going to be starting shortly. I'm still working on the Twitch, but I think Amazon, I've said this before, yeah, you can write me wherever you want. You can send me a message through my website. That'd be fine. Yeah. But the Twitch, the Twitch has been bought out by Amazon, and just like if you see right now, I've got all these little things in here, and I've got the little the little ticker at the top, and I've got the little banner down below, and the chat on the side, and there's a few other things I can have. And when somebody subscribes and when somebody makes a donation, the little guy pops up. But Amazon has bought out Twitch, or taken over Twitch, or whatever, and they have something called Amazon Tube that they're working on, or I don't know when it comes out, or if it's already out, or what the deal is. But I think that when it comes to people who, basically people like me, Twitch might be, in the long run, it might be better than it already is now because of Amazon. Amazon might make it better. And I do think that YouTube has improved recently just a little bit. It's improved some things about its chatting capability and its streaming capability and that kind of thing. But you know what? I have to get up to speed on Twitch, because if Amazon does make a lot of headway into the market and takes a chunk out of it from YouTube, I want to be there. So, follow me on Twitch. One thing that they have is, like, if you have a Prime membership on Amazon, it'll say, subscribe to this guy. You get, like, 1 subscription a month, right? Well, what they do is, it'll be like a $5 subscription. It's $4.99. And then that, I think half of it, or whatever it is, goes to me, or goes to the whoever the channel owns the channel. But they also have, like, hey, you want to subscribe? You can subscribe for $4.99 a month, and you get all these little icons, and you get all this other little bullshit. But you're also supporting the creator. And then you could do it for they have $4.99, $9.99, $24.99. So that helps the creators get paid. And there's no advertising, you see. So I think it's worthwhile, and that's why I've created a channel, and I've started working on it, and I'm going to start streaming on there. I just have to watch how much I stream, because I don't want to be streaming every minute of every day. But I think that Twitch has got a lot of options that YouTube doesn't have, and I think that as far as gaming goes, they are the premier gaming. They got squatted by police. What does that mean? Gamers on Twitch got squatted by police. Well, I'm an odd duck also, and that's kind of why I don't mind trying to give Twitch a try. I gave the Crowdcast a try, and you know what? The Crowdcast might not have been very had everything I needed at the time, but now that I find out about the Streamlabs can connect to Crowdcast. I could have done everything I wanted to do that way, but it is very expensive. When you don't really, I mean, you're talking about thousands of dollars to invest to do some of this shit. Are you shitting me? All so that they can bring down the channel. Yeah, that's pretty screwed up. But they didn't do anything wrong. So they're just trying to make life difficult for them. I'm telling you that, YouTube incorporating the kind of stuff that I've got in here now is a step ahead. For YouTube, for me, or whatever. I mean, it's nice I can do this. I don't know, I do it all the time, but yeah, well, I had somebody, I actually, if you remember that one guy from the UK that Suckerhorn had problems with, he did that to me. He actually ordered an escort, and from some escort company in Thailand, and said, Scott, he wants this escort or whatever, and so somebody called me and said, I'm from such and such an escort, where's your house? And I was like, what? Who? I was like, honey, I didn't call for you. And she's like, yes, you did. I said, no, I didn't. So then I had to tell her, somebody, did that to me, and, no, it wasn't me. That maybe 20 years ago it would have been me, but it wasn't me, So, I understand. There's a lot of fucked up stuff going on. Where's Bitcoin at now? It looks like it rebounded just a tad bit in the last couple of hours. But I could be wrong. Oh, it's down again. 9,000. It's almost under 9,000. How am I going to get even? I didn't get even. I banned them. Whatever. Oh, God. What does it matter what I think about feminism? I think feminism in the right way is a good thing. I think in the wrong way it sucks. No, Trump won't unify them. No. He's not gonna, he can't do that. That ain't gonna happen. But I do think that people should have the ability to be able to speak about things that they want to speak about on YouTube and not be banned, like Pat Condell was banned. In fact, let me see if I can find that link, and I'll give that link to everybody here in shit. What am I doing? Twitter. So everybody can take a look at that for themselves. Because I think everybody should have the opportunity to watch something like that. Black Asian bar girls. Well, uh-oh, shit. Come on, honey. Black Asian bar girls. You say black, but black as in an African American, no. But dark brown? Yes. Okay. How can the link not work? Shit. What happened? Here we go. Let me do it this way. That should work. Now, and I like Pat Condell very much. He's extremely intelligent. I like how he does his, he makes his commentary. I mean, I would, if I was half as good as he would, I'd be a happy man. Well, it might. Who knows? I don't know. I got 9 minutes left. So, you know, I just want to say a couple things. With, you know, thanks to all the regulars who come in here and the new people. Well, you shouldn't have got one from the BitChute. What the hell, man? God damn it. It keeps shortening the link. Son of a bitch, man. God damn it. It's pissing me off. Pat Condell. There we go. Works now. Oh, thanks, Bill. Have not been to Norway. No, I haven't. Haven't been that far north. I'm not real big on the cold weather. I mean, would I go there? Yes, I would. Do I really want to go there? Nah, you know. Oh, cool. You see, that worked. I love it. I love it. Yes, I've heard. Sucklehorn was just in here. Okay, so that link works. That's good. Very, very good. Yeah, so I only got a few minutes left. But for sure, go over to Twitch. Go to that link. Follow my my doodad and my channel, and be careful with your bitcoins. 3 moderators? What are you talking about? The good thing about what are you talking about, Shadow Doom? Dennis is the moderator here. Sucklehorn is a backup moderator here. As far as Twitch goes, I got no idea yet, and you know, it depends on several factors. I don't know if Dennis can or will do that, or if he can, you know, handle the Twitch experience, because it is quite a bit different. Well, let me tell you, you know, it doesn't hurt. You know, money number 2, family number 1. Well, what do you want me to say? Sucklehorn? Archie Luxury says Sucklehorn. Well, you don't have to transfer over to Twitch. You just open a Twitch account. You can have both. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to do it on both, and I'm going to see what goes on. You know what I mean? But if you want to be a moderator there, I can set it up, Dennis. But, you know, I would advise you take a look around on Twitch, because it's quite a bit different than YouTube. Very different. Yeah, I can stream on both at the same time. I forget what the platform is that lets me do that. Which away is correct? Huh? I don't understand. Which away is correct? Oh, okay. Yeah, and you guys who got the little, what is it, the Prime subscriptions, you can subscribe to me, you know, whatever. But I think it's going to work out to be good because of the Streamlabs thing. I think it'll be good because I can have this when I'm mobile, which means it will save the chat. You know, what does that have to do with what I'm talking about right now? What in the fuck does that have to do with this? And do you not know that, like, you don't talk about other channels, you know, in somebody else's channel? Do you not fucking know that? I mean, seriously, man. I don't want to talk about the movie, okay? Especially that fucking movie. Jesus Christ. My kids liked it because I understand it's a movie. My kids liked it, but they liked it because there were no fucking political connections to it. No fucking PC bullshit connected to it. In their eyes. They didn't think about it that way. So good for them. I'm happy they liked it. But for those people who, you know, I don't want to talk about it anymore. And it's good because I only got a couple minutes left. 3 minutes. And I've already made it a longer stream. I told myself I'd give a 5-minute leeway if I went an hour and 30 minutes, and if I decided to go long because there was, you know, for whatever reason, that the most I would do is 2 hours. That's what I thought. So that's how it works. But I think the Streamlabs is a good thing because I can be out and about and I still have the same experience as like I'm sitting in the chair here. You know, golden showers with brown thunder. Let me see something here. Oh, I don't know if you can see it over. It's over my. Let me see here. Right above the Handbook of Style is What's Your Poo Telling You? Seems appropriate, wouldn't you say? You know. I think so. I think it's a perfect place for the book. It goes above the Elements of Style. Right on top of that book. Pooing and style. They go hand in hand. Or cheek to cheek. Now, I haven't had anything to eat today. I'm going to have a nice bowl of cereal. We're out of blueberries. I have two because one of them is Train Spotting and the other one is Skag Boys, which is the second. I believe it's the second. I don't know, maybe it's the first. I haven't read those books yet, to be honest, because there's a lot to them. So, anyway, Twitch, PayPal, Bitcoins, Litecoins, my books. Yeah, go over to Amazon. The link's down below. There is an audio version of They Call Me Farang on Amazon now. As far as the health, you know, I feel a lot better. But that last episode, that food poisoning episode, it took something out of me. I mean, I still feel it, like right here, and right in my ribs, and I still have a hard time swallowing some food now. It really did a number on me, man. And I don't know if it was the throwing up or the food that I ate. But I do feel better. I still feel weak. I haven't really gone anywhere. I picked up this this dresser, what do you call it? The bookcase behind me. And then checked out some computers, some PC stuff that I need for my computer. And that's all I've done in the last 5 days. I haven't gone anywhere. Yeah, and I'm sure you'd be happy to send me that as long as I streamed it, right? Is that right, or am I wrong? Yeah. So, anyway, wow, this is very long here. This information in the description. Didn't realize that. Have I showered? Yes, I have showered. I was funky. You know, the first 2 or 3 days, I didn't take a shower. I didn't have the strength, really. You know, I had the strength to sit in a chair. But, I mean, I was funky, man. And you know, I don't usually get that way. But, yeah. I could use the phone, too. It's water resistant. You know, it can get splashed, but, you know, I poured water on the phone before. It's raining right now. I'm not going to go anywhere today. I've been ordering my groceries from the grocery service because I haven't had the strength to go out, you know, so. Well, you know, there's the fights in Massaut. I got a hotel reserved, and depending on the stream-related expenses, I may or may not go. I'll make a determination in a couple of weeks. I really want to. I need an upgrade for my PC. I need a couple of monitors, so that's, you know, that's 15,000, 20,000 baht, and then the trip, you know, that's another 20,000. So I want to be careful about the money because the priority now is to get some land and get a house and finish that up and finally do it before I get too freaking old, you know, so that's where I'm at. But anyway, it's time to go, so that's all I got. I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. Until next time, Chok di lat jerk and mai. Adios, guys. Thank you very much. Push the button.